What's going on there, fellow YouTubers? It's Chris from the Msss Anomalies channel. Guys, I'm glad to be back from vacation. I actually got another one coming up because I've got two for this year. Lucky me, right? Anyway, I want to jump right into this one here because I don't want to make these super long. But this is from Opportunity Rover, and I believe it's day 4,000, or Sol, depending on how you look at it, Martian day, Sol, 4,032. And I believe we're up to 4,055. You guys can look this up yourself, but I believe that's what it is. Okay, this is I've seen this done before, this particular picture. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this as well, but I thought this was a little awkward, or a little wild, actually, but when you look at these things, I mean, look at this wannabe rock. I mean, it just looks like, I don't even know how to explain it. You can tell it's been fudged. If you look to the left-hand side of it on the ground, it looks like it's been kind of messed around with right here, around in the back of it. But this is wild, guys. I'm just gonna pause this for a second. Anybody wants to do this? I just seen this just before I was ready to do this video. Okay, I just ready to hit start, and I went, wow, what is this? I don't even have to do a thing to this picture, guys. This is what's insane. I didn't even see this up till this point. Check this out. Stop it right here. Get out your magnifying glasses, or use your operating system magnifier, if you will. Use either or. But check this out. What the hell does that right there, where I'm circling? It has 1, 2, 3, looks like intelligently made, something like squares in a part of a structure, or something intelligently made sitting right there, right in that area. So you want to pause this, check that out without doing a thing to this photo. This is before we even get into this. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a wild photo. You're going to like this. But check this out. This is just wild. I just happened to notice. I said, what the hell is that? And I didn't do a thing to this photo. But as I always tell you guys, what I look for is a couple things. First of all, I always notice this stuff here, especially on the Opportunity and Spirit pictures, absolutely bogus right here. All of this gray right here, absolutely bogus. They're hiding things in it. A lot of people are starting to see that now. Before they were going, oh, there's nothing there. It's just nothing but background. Okay, this is a couple things that got me thinking. Check this out. Look at this line right here going up. Stops, 90-degree angle, very faintly, but it's there. Goes across, goes up, goes over to here, and you can just see a tint of white here and there. What does that? Okay, go down into this empty area, you can see like white, like patches, little pieces and patches of white here and there. But this is what's really, really wild. First of all, I don't know why you couldn't see the background clear. So, for whatever reason, it's just kind of like the Mount Sharp thing. It's always like either hazed out, or there's a foggy day, or some kind of BS going on. But this is what's wild. Okay, let's just say that is the ground right there. Okay. Why is it darker from here to here and then lighter? What's that telling you? At least for me, it's telling me there's something there from there to there in the middle of this area. That's the first thing that pops into my mind. Now you can see, it appears, I don't know if you guys can see this, but right here on the right-hand side, it looks like the rover actually drove all the way over there. See it? You see the two wheel marks right here. So it looks like they went up to this point, looked around, so on and so forth, and then backed off, and here it is. You can see the solar panels. You can see the highly directional antenna, which is basically like a dish antenna. That's the X-band, I believe, transceiver on this. Well, it's for the X-band transceiver, and I believe this is the UHF. And keep in mind, this X-band can communicate directly to Earth. It doesn't need the orbiters to do that, where the UHF does. I don't know if this one, I'm not sure if this one has dual UHF transceivers, but the Curiosity does. Anyway, so I'm looking at this picture and I'm going, I see things in this photo without doing a thing. And like I said, I just happened to stumble across this piece right there in the middle of the page before I'd done anything. And just before, well, I shouldn't say before I'd done anything, before I was going to start this video, or this recording. So anyway, I'll give you something to look at right off the bat. Now let's jump into the Photoshop. And again, I want to move into this picture because I want to show you guys something. Look at this right here. What is this crap? Well, let's do this. I don't know if I can do this or not. Go with red. Well, we'll just use the red. Red is good. It stands out pretty well. When you see this right here, this piece of garbage right here, it's been fudged out. You can see it. This whole area has been completely fudged out. I'm going to go ahead and bring this down to 1, be a little thinner. So you can see that right here. You just go, okay, so what are they fudging out? There should be nothing there, right? Should be nothing absolutely there. Okay. I'm going to back up just a hair bit here. And like I said, you can see this line going like this. Of course, that's not very straight, Chris. Like this, going up like this, going over, and there's some, like I said, it kind of does this like a kind of like a rounded off, like a bullet in the front kind of thing. But that's not the only thing that caught me. Again, I'm looking at ghosted stuff before I even get started in this photo. Check this out. You're going to see this a little bit better in a minute. It kind of does this here. I don't know if this mouse pad's moving on me here, but let's see. Let's go ahead and do this. It goes down, has almost like a 90-degree angle right there. Then you've got something else sitting right here. And you can see it going back. There's something else right here. Also doing the same. So, and it's ghosted out. You can't see it unless you really look at this thing. So now, see it right there? This whole area, it's ghosted out. And I keep telling people that's the best term I can use, for lack of better words, because I'm by far a photography expert or anything, shape, or form. But I can tell enough to know that they're just BS in these photos. They're really, yeah. Okay, so let's jump into it. And this gets pretty wild, guys. This is neat. I keep telling people, look into these gray areas. There's a reason why I keep telling people that. There's stuff being hidden. And like I said, when you see lighter here, darker from this point to this point, and you can see that right here, and you can see it right here, it appears to do this. There's this whole darkened area that there's something there because it's lighter in the backside of it. So that tells me there's something sitting there. But I also see something here. Or some things, multiple, and we're going to see that right now. But again, also this whole area right here. They make it hard, guys. I'm telling you right now, they're making it hard for you to see anything. But let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, so now you're starting to see a little bit of light here. You're starting to see more lighter things sitting here. You go, well, Chris, I'm not really seeing anything. You will. Again, you got to dig. So let's jump in number 2. Oh, hold on a minute. Second I did this and started to enhance this photo, my God, this stuff started to jump out. Now, when you see this stuff, come on, look at this. Look at this stuff, guys. This over here is starting to be more pronounced. See that? Right in here. You can start to see these little, it almost looks like foundations of some sort. Something going like this, going down. Whoops, that one wasn't very straight, was it? There's something right here. Another 90 degree, and there's another 90 degree just below it. It looks like it had some sort of foundations there or something. Again, this is starting to get more pronounced. You can start to see it right here. And you can see something right here. I don't even know what the hell this is, to be honest with you. But something right there. And it keeps going down. You can see it, and then suddenly it just kind of, I don't know if it continues on all the way to the ground, because it appears to be straight. So what this is, I couldn't tell you. But when I started seeing this, it gets better. Watch this. Okay, brighten it up a little bit. Let's get rid of some of this darker area if we can. I'm starting to see frames of something. Structures. Something. I'll tell you what this reminded me of. Of course, this is my pareidolia playing games on me here. It reminded me of like the overhead that you have at a gas station, at the gas pumps. You got this overhead roof, and it looked like a bunch of cars sitting there. I'm not saying that's what it is. Again, my pareidolia playing games with me. So, check this out. Now you're starting to see this a little bit clearer. And you're starting to see this in the foreground a little bit better. Yeah. Trying to think now. If this was here, where was that at? Oh, here's that piece I told you to take a look at right there. In the very beginning, before I even started enhances, I said I started noticing this just before the recording. Okay. So now, let's go ahead and I'm saying, whoa, hold on a minute. There's some things sitting right here. So what I did was I tried different ways to try to bring out this dark area to see if we can expose anything else. This is the reason why you get this kind of blurring kind of effect going on. See how it's like real dark, and then I stepped it up, and I'm trying to bring out, you can see something right here going down. There's other pieces here, and then you can see what looks like there's multiple, whatever these are. There's one here, one here, one here, and then this appears to be some kind of structure doing this crap. And you can see it like some kind of weird design. Almost like if it was, again, a pareidolia kind of thing. If you looked at the gas station in your local area with overhangs and it covers all of the gas pumps, rip the actual roof off it, and all you see is frame. That's what it kind of reminded me. I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm saying that's what it reminded me of. Just frame left to it. And now, let's go a little step further in. And this is what I try to do. I try to do this a little differently on this end. And this is what I come up with. And I'm saying, good Lord, what the hell is this stuff? Again, just look at the whole picture. It gets better because what I didn't realize, and you'll see it right here, you can actually see what looks like framework or some kind of, and what I did was I overemphasized it. And what I mean by that is I put a lot more brightness into it, each of these pots to really emphasize and bring it out. See, this has like this weird hook to it kind of thing going like this. This is going across. This other piece is coming down. Yeah, this is just wild. Now, let's go ahead and see. Now, I did this to bring up more of the frame part of it, but whatever this is, notice how it's completely flat. In other words, you can see it's just flat on the ground. You can actually it's flat. It's not crooked or something like that or going like this and then up and over. It's actually things sitting on the ground here. And that's what people need to start recognizing. And I'm trying to remember if there's something right here as well. There's something, I believe, that goes like this. Well, that wasn't very straight, was it? Right here. And you can see something coming down. But whatever this is, and it looks like it's even off the ground a little bit because you can see something right here. You can see like a space under here. So, and this is like brightness too. So what I did was I tried to brighten this stuff up. Again, you got to take a good look at this piece right here. And of course, everything on the left-hand side of this picture. So now, let's go into a little deeper and bring this out. And you can see that frame thing with 90-degree angles. And you can see what looks like it's going like this now. It's actually got this shape like this here. Now, guys, I don't know. So now I brought this out and check this out. It goes even further. It goes more to the right. Whatever this is literally sitting right here in this darkness, if you will. But remember what I told you guys. Check this out. There's nothing here. It's like the background. And that's where, guess what? These things stop. Watch when I enhance it again. Let me do this. Let me go back to the original. And you can see this straight line going right across. I'm just going to go ahead and put this line in. We don't have to go very far with it. And I'm going to go ahead and hit the enhancement, the last black and white enhancement. And you're going to see that's where the top of this thing ends. There it is. So, see it? That's where it ends. And this is where these are. And the funny part about it is guess what? You can see these things still in the picture. They're all in the picture. Whatever these things are, they're there. It looks like multiple things just laying there. I don't know if they're going this way towards this structure, whatever this is, or if they're lined up this way, horizontally, as opposed to going vertically, like towards the back or towards the front, depending on how you want to look at it. But there appears to be more than one thing laying on the ground. And what they did was they did their best to try to take it out of the picture. I mean, that's what they do best. So let's go ahead and put a little, I'm going to go back to, I think this was step 4, my snapshot 4, if you will. Right there, and then I added a little filter into it. Because sometimes that'll bring things out. And then what I do is the second one, this other snapshot one, I did it where I had all of these, well, not all of those, but when I went up to, I think it was snapshot 9, and this is what I did. Put more yellow filter in it to try to enhance this more. You guys can check that out too. So then I went, okay, let me see if there's, that's when I just discovered there was more to this side, and not a whole lot of detail when I did this there. Now, you can see these, whatever these are, and that doesn't really do anything for me, but the fact is it still goes on, and it's behind this wannabe hillside, if you will. It's not a hillside. There's mechanical things laying everywhere in this picture. Every single, I don't even know what that is. I mentioned at the very beginning. It could be a vehicle, it could be a structure, it could be anything. I don't know, but it isn't a rock. People can call it what they will. It's not a rock. But now this is the final product. This is the finished product, and there you go. I keep telling people you got to dig. You just got to dig. Check the difference out between this background and enhanced as well as a yellow filter. And there's something laying there. And you can still see this stuff, guys. It's still in the picture. You can see it very faintly right here. It's outlined. It's been ghosted. See it? There's different lines going different ways and so on and so forth. See it? It's in the picture. It's being ghosted. And you can see the frames or whatever the hell these things are. This thing is more bizarre than anything. I don't even know what that is. because it comes out pretty darn clear. Whatever these things are, look at this thing actually has some kind of weird bullet into it. Does this, and then it goes like this. Has another round piece, a circle or something like that. Has what looks like, I don't know. I don't know what this stuff is. I mean, maybe you guys can see it, really take a look at it yourselves. I encourage everybody to use a regular magnifying glass or your operating system magnifier, and just check this stuff out yourself. Tell me what you see. But you notice it's all, it's uniformed. Like I said, there's not one thing just laying on the ground and then one thing way up in the air and one thing way down here. It's all like they're lined up next to what looks like, and I'm saying looks like, a structure. What is it? But again, this stuff is clearly trying to be, they're trying to hide this stuff. There's no doubt in my mind. So, as usual, you guys give me your take on it. Let me know. Again, look at this over here, this area right in here. This little piece right here. And you can see whatever this is going like this. I just noticed this now too. Going like this and going down. And then it looks like it goes back. Like there's some kind of inlet or something right there. I mean, again, you can see something very faintly. Looks like a 90-degree angle and it's something else. I don't know if it's another 90-degree or what this is. One here. And you can see the way this thing is or shaped. I mean, it looks like there's multiple little rectangular things running back. I mean, guys, what the hell does that in nature? I mean, if this is all supposed to be nature and just simple rocks, yeah. Again, I've said this a million times. These people, more countries, starting to make plans to go to Mars. If we've been there already, and we discovered, and we have, we've been there since 1965. With the Mariner 4. So on and so forth. We've mapped it out. We've seen it, and we've seen things then. I'm actually working on a picture right now as we speak from a Mariner 4. And let me tell you something. It's the biggest piece of crap you've ever laid your eyes on. But I'm trying to bring out one or two of the things that are actually in this picture. Let's just put it this way. These pictures here, as much as they're fudged and look like crap and covered up, they look awesome. They're like an HD picture compared to what I'm trying to get through. So I don't know if that'll work. We're going to try it, and we're going to try to see if we can bring this stuff out for you guys. Because clearly this thing's being hidden in these pictures. And they've known this since the 60s, that what's up on Mars. Why do you think this big bum rush? They didn't have the technology back then to go to Mars. We do now. And this is the reason why we're there. Because we really want to get all over this stuff and find out what is going on, whether it be power sources, technologies they've had, so on and so forth, or just to see, you're not just going to go take a look around and go, oh, it's just remnants of an old civilization. Okay, we're good, we're done. It's not going to happen. You know what I mean? They're there for a reason. They want to gather this stuff up. They want to take pictures. They want to, disassemble some things, whatever the case is. So, yeah, that's why, they've noticed this stuff since the 60s, probably even sooner than that. They're just not telling us. But this is why we're here. It's as simple as that. I don't want to hear that, gee, we're looking for microbial life. Yeah, all right, BS. They're not there for that. And anybody with a common sense would know that by now, because since the 60s, the 70s, with the Vikings, whether it be the orbiters or the landers, they knew what was going on. They tested the soil then. They knew there was X amount of water in it then. It also had a camera on it, so on and so forth. So it makes you wonder, why are we still there? If we knew the composition of this stuff, we knew there was water in there, okay, why would it matter in another lake bed next to Mount Shop? Why would it matter? You would have found some kind of microbial life anywhere if there was any life on this planet, which we believe there still is even today, whether it be tree life, and things like that, just simple organics. We know this, we knew there was life there then. Why are we back there? And why the big bum rush? Why is every country trying to get up there to see what's going on? It's just rocks, right? Not a big deal. Well, I think we know the answer to that. So anyway, guys, I'm not going to keep this too long. And, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these up there too. You can check out my last photos I put up on Google Plus yesterday. Mars Mount Shop is not a mountain. I just put the snapshots from that, and I'm sorry for that delay. I wanted to do that before my last vacation. Didn't get to it, so my apologies, but they are up there now since yesterday. Anyway, guys, give me your last thoughts on this. Tell me what you think this stuff is. As always, you know that. Excuse me. And got some I got some more crazy ones coming up. I've also got that other half of the Mount Shop I told you guys. I'm trying to get through that. So there's several ones I'm working right now in Photoshop. I've got like 3 or 4 photos open. And then I'm enhancing and trying to go through. It takes a bit of time, guys. I mean, some people are saying, can you do a tutorial? It's hard to do that. It's not a simple 10-minute thing and it's enhanced. Some of these pictures will take hours on end to try to bring them through. You got to try to attack the photo from different ways. Maybe you're using too much brightness. No, you're not. You're using too much of this. You're not. You know what I mean? Just to try to bring it out the maximum I can to enhance it so that you guys can see this. If I can't see anything in the photo, there's no sense me doing it and wasting my time, and I'm sure in heck not going to waste your time. So, and again, I've said this in the past. I don't know how many pictures I've discarded because I could see something sort of a little bit, but if I have to doubt it, then I don't want it. I just don't want the picture. I just don't want to do the video. It's not worth my time. So, you know, we do quite a bit of scrutinizing here. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Always appreciate it. Share the video. Give me a thumbs up. Again, always appreciate it. And I will see you next photo.